Have you ever felt like life gave you nothing but broken pieces? Like every time you took a step forward, the ground beneath you cracked a little more. You try to climb, you try to rise, but something always gives way. This is the story of a boy who climbed a broken ladder every single day of his life, and how one decision changed not just his path, but the meaning of his entire struggle. Stay with me till the end, because maybe, just maybe, this broken ladder is the same one you are climbing today. In a small, forgotten village surrounded by fields of dust and wind, there lived a boy named Noah. Every morning, before the first light touched the earth, Noah stood before an old wooden ladder nailed weakly against a stone wall. That wall separated his home from the small school on the other side, a school that held his only dream, education. But the ladder was not just old, it was broken, cracked steps, missing rungs, nails rusted and weak. Every climb was a gamble. One wrong move, one unlucky moment and he could fall. The villagers often shook their heads. Why risk your life every day, Noah? They asked. Why climb that dangerous thing for a school that can't change your fate? But Noah would only smile, because for him, school wasn't a place. It was a promise that his life could be more than the one he was born into. Every morning, Noah climbed, torn shoes scraping the wood, his small hands gripping each rung, trembling with fear but strong with purpose. The ladder groaned under his weight. The wind whispered danger, and yet, he climbed 1 foot, 1 hand, 1 breath at a time. Rain or storm, summer heat or winter cold, the ladder always tried to stop him. But Noah's determination was louder than fear. Inside the classroom, he sat with eyes bright and hungry, not for food, but for freedom. He studied like every word on the page was a piece of the sky, a part of the bridge that would carry him beyond the walls of his small village. Then one day, it happened. Halfway up the ladder, as he reached for the next step crack, a rung broke beneath his feet. The world tilted, his body dangled in the air. The ladder shook violently. From the fields, his mother screamed. The entire village froze as Noah's dream hung by a single grip. With trembling arms, he pulled himself back to safety. He didn't cry, he didn't scream. He simply sat on the ground, his hands bleeding, his knees bruised, his heart broken. That night, under the flickering light of a small lantern, Noah stared at his palms, red, raw, and shaking. And for the first time, he whispered to himself, "Why am I depending on something broken when I could build something of my own?" That thought burned inside him. It wasn't the ladder's fault, he realized. It was his belief that the ladder was the only way up. And that night, a seed was planted, a seed of self-reliance, of courage, of creation. From that day forward, after every school lesson, Noah began to collect scraps of wood from around the village, discarded planks, crooked branches, old nails, bent and rusted. The villagers laughed. What can a poor boy build with trash? They teased. But Noah kept going. Night after night, he worked by the dim glow of his lantern, hammering with stones, tying with ropes, shaping with bare hands. Every splinter in his palm was a lesson. Every drop of sweat was a prayer. He learned something powerful in that silence. It's not what you re-given it, it's what you create with it. Weeks passed, and finally, beside the old broken ladder stood a new one, stronger, taller, and built by his own hands. The villagers gathered, whispering in awe, and the next morning, Noah placed his hands on his creation. The wood was firm, it didn't shake, it didn't groan. Step by step, he climbed not with fear, but with pride. At the top, he paused and looked back at the broken ladder and at the boy he used to be. In that moment, Noah understood something most people never do. The world doesn't give you a path, it gives you challenges. And your job is not to wait for someone to fix them for you, but to build your own way through. Years passed. Noah grew up, went to college, and became an engineer. He returned to his village not as the boy who climbed the broken ladder, but as the man who built bridges, schools, and roads. And whenever someone asked him, "What inspired you to become who you are?" he would smile and say, "A broken ladder taught me to build my own." My friend, maybe your ladder is broken too. Maybe the system you're in doesn't work. Maybe the people you trust keep letting you down. Maybe the tools you have are weak, unstable, or incomplete. But here's the truth. You are not stuck with what's given. You can create. You can build. You can change everything. Don't wait for life to hand you a perfect path. Don't trust that others will build your dreams for you. Take the broken pieces and start shaping them yourself. Because when you build your own ladder, you don't climb in fear, you climb in strength. And one day, when you stand at the top, you'll realize something life-changing. It wasn't the ladder that defined you, it was the courage to build it. So, if life feels unfair, if the ladder you've been given is weak or broken, remember Noah. He didn't wait for help. He didn't complain. He built. And that's what you can do too. Start small. Use what you have. Believe in what you can become, because greatness doesn't start with perfect tools, it starts with a broken ladder and an unbroken will. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who's ready to rebuild their life. And Dan T, forget to subscribe for more stories that remind us, you, Dan T, need to trust the path others made for you. You just need the courage to build your own.